Hello, Ghanaians. Why do you allow politicians to lie to you? It's a very simple question. Our elections is coming on the 7th of December. And you watching this video right now, you're either going to vote for the MPP or you're going to vote for the NDC. Can you be honest with yourself a moment? What have these two political parties that you've willed so much power to for these many years, over 20 years of Ghanaian democracy, you have willed power to either the NPP or the NDC. What have they done for you? Be honest. Let's talk about something very basic. And this is something that is not beyond the reach of anybody in power, because it has to just do with the enforcement of law. Every Ghanaian deserves the right to have a home, to live in a space, to live in a comfortable and conducive space. Am I asking the government to make it affordable so everybody can afford a house? No. Which is how they have ridiculed many Ghanaians for many years by each government, whether NPP or NDC, telling you that they are building affordable homes. Go and check if those homes are really affordable. Every Ghanaian deserves the right to have a home. What am I talking about? Just a simple enforcement of the rental law can solve the problems of Ghanaians. You see, the whole system is corrupt. And even the youth that drops out of the university is forced to be corrupt because of their inability to provide for themselves, because it is natural for every human being to think about their survival. It is very natural. And people will do several things just so that they survive. And that is natural. You don't need to blame yourself for that. But the work of government is to create an enabling environment. The question is, have these people that you have willed power to, and this person that you are going to will power to on 7th of December, don't look at me that way. You know, you are going to vote for either the NPP or the NDC, no matter what I say to you, because it's ingrained in you. And are you voting? Why are you voting for them? Is it the political party that is foolish and not able to enforce law or enact laws? No. It is because they see you as foolish. How does a young graduate who just came out of the university afford 2 years advance of rent? Is that not encouraging corruption? If this young individual that needs to provide a home for himself and maybe a family, a wife and children, is he not forced to involve in corruption? Let's say he's working in a civil service because he needs to come up with 2 years, 1 year of rent. I do not live in Ghana, but I can tell you I live in a place where rent is paid monthly. And as a Ghanaian, having to pay rent 2 years advance, many years, I know the impact that this has had on me and my businesses. Because even shops, when you want to rent a shop here where I live, you pay monthly. But in Ghana, shops are 10 years advance, even sometimes 50 years advance. And you feel the government cannot do anything about this. It is very simple. But it is in the interest of these politicians to keep you ignorant, to keep you poor. And you are going to vote for one of them again. It is not they that are the fools. They see you as the fool, and you will vote for them. I know. And it may seem as if I'm a prophet from God, or as if I have some powers to be able to determine the outcome of the Ghanaian election. But the outcome of the Ghanaian election, we all know who is going to win. It's either the NDC or the MPP. How can we keep on being foolish? How can the youth of Ghana allow this to be done to them? Nana Akufo-Addo is not better or bigger than any youth in Ghana. John Mahama is not better or bigger than any youth in Ghana. They were once youth, and the same thing they wished for, they should provide for the youth of Ghana. But they won't, because he doesn't see the struggle of the youth. He can afford a house. The parliamentarian can afford the house. How does he advocate? How does somebody who has houses that he doesn't sleep in advocate for you? Think, Ghanaians. They will never advocate for you, and you will keep on being foolish and voting for them. You will vote for them, and you would still pay 2 years of rent. And you would also grow and become corrupt and do nothing about the rent law or enforcement of the rent law for that matter. Is it not sad to say that the law exists, but we fail to enforce it? Go to parliament right now and misbehave. They would enforce the law and tell you have disrespected parliamentarians, but they cannot enforce a simple law that has existed. The law is against landlords renting their houses for 2 years, 1 year. The law is against it. It is criminal. But they say nothing about it. But go to parliament and go and misbehave. They would show you that they know the law. And Ghanaians are doing, I don't even know or understand, to be honest with Ghanaians, how you cope with this kind of foolishness. It is foolishness. Nana Akufo-Addo sleeps in air condition. He sleeps with bodyguards all around him. And the people that will that power to him do not have the privilege of even providing a good place to sleep. They have to come up with 2 years of rent, and when they are not able to, when they are kicked out of the house, the law does not stand for them. And you will still vote for these people that see you as fools. I am not advocating or standing for power. I'm saying this as a Ghanaian that has experienced a foreign land, and an African land for that matter, where rent is instituted. 1 month rent, because the government is reasonable to understand that nobody has 2 years rent when they come out of university. Ghanaians, think. How can you amass 2 years of rent when you come out of university? But the law does not enforce, the law enforcement agencies do not enforce the law. And nobody will mind you. They'll ridicule you. You'll be seen as a poor rat should you talk about this. And people will laugh at you. We are not beggars. We are entitled to the Ghanaian land equally as John Mahama, equally as Nana Akufo-Addo. But they make you feel they are better than you. Think of the poor child who has no mother, who has no father, struggles and goes to university by maybe scholarship or by working other jobs. And you want this youth to pay 2 years advance of rent, and you talk about entrepreneurship. The MPP is a failure. The NDC is a failure. 4 years of power to the NPP, and they have not even been able to institute and enforce the rent law. It's a simple thing, and it will solve many problems. Let me tell you how the rent law alone can solve the problem of entrepreneurship. Because if shops are rented out monthly, what you could do with 2 years rent, you could actually, because 2 years is 24 months, which means that you are going to have rent for 24 shops spread across the regions of Ghana. What's the point of expanding the regions of Ghana if you cannot enable the environment for the youth to be able to invest into their ideas? Pardon me for my tone, but if you've traveled before, you would understand that these politicians are just making a fool of you. None of them, NPP, NDC, is innocent of this. They are all guilty of making the youth of Ghana suffer. And you are going to vote for them again. Ask yourself, why? Why are you so foolish? Why, if you are not foolish, why are you acting foolishly? Thank you, Ghanaians, and thank you for the opportunity to be able to speak to you for about 13 minutes of your time. Think wisely and demand of politicians what is your right and what you have to demand. You are entitled to the land of Ghana as equally as a politician. Thank you. My name is David Sylvester. It doesn't sound like a Ghanaian name, but I am 100% Ghanaian. Those who know, know. I am from Osu, Inje Osu.